You don't have to house a space shuttle to need a little extreme protection in your doors. The Overly Company of Pennsylvania has been making high-strength entries and exits for over 50 years, ranging from radiation shielding at the National Ignition Facility to acoustical doors at Disneyland.
Every door we make is a protective barrier. The door is designed to protect the people on one side of it from a hostile condition.
Hostile conditions Overly doors might face could be fire, bullets, or a bomb. The stress a door can withstand is determined by destroying one under controlled circumstances. In a test frame, Overly pits a 3x7 door against an inflatable bladder.
Today we're going to do a static load pressure test. A static load pressure test is an attempt to simulate a blast pressure. The bladder inflates against the door and applies a uniform load over the entire surface area as it is inflated.
Overly's lowest rated door can stand up against the force of 235-mile-an-hour gusts, greater than the highest surface wind speed ever recorded.
The door should start to deflect outward at the top and the bottom simultaneously. And then eventually, the latch bolt will fail.
The weakest element of a door is its latch bolt. All force gets transmitted through to that point. In this test, the door just went past its highest rating. It stayed in place up to the simulated pressure of 246-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, we exceeded what we expected, and that's always good.
Other entryways are bullet resistant, requiring a different kind of test. On the left, an average hollow metal door. On the right, Overly's Class 3 bullet resistant door.
The results of the first test, we're looking at the 3 shots penetrated, and then we had full penetration on the secure side, which is an indication of a complete failure. Here we're looking at the results of our extreme protection door. On the outside, you can see that it did penetrate the public side of the opening. And if we open the door and look on the inside, basically you can see that there was no penetration, there's no marks on the surface deeming the inside secure.
The door did what it was supposed to, stop a .44 Magnum bullet. Sheets of woven fiberglass are very effective at stopping bullets. Steel doors might cause one to ricochet. Overly technicians and their customers may know how the doors work, but the average person shouldn't. That's why their lower range products look just like typical institutional doors.
The whole idea is that the threat level that it can protect against is not known to the general public.
Carbon steel is the #1 ingredient in Overly's doors. By its nature, steel bends with the force of an explosion. A door with some flexibility can take more punishment than one made of rigid material. It's also easier to cut and shape.
Carbon steel is ductile. It allows us to bend it, to form it, punch it, shear it to size. It also gives us some strength through our blast products. It's fairly easy to work with heavy equipment.
A plasma laser cuts the doors out of metal sheets. Workers drill holes for hinges and handles, peepholes and locks.
This is an example of what we punch through our Wiedemann turret punch press. This is actually going to be 2 parts. This will be cut in half, and these parts will be bent up. This is a base of a security lock. This lock will be put on a door that will go to an embassy. This door is currently in final assembly. It's been painted, and we're currently installing the lock. This area here is a bullet-resistant viewport. It'll have BR glass in it that will take a high-power rifle hit.
Government doors sometimes require special installation procedures.
In addition to our people having security clearances, they've actually been blindfolded, transported to the location where the door is. They've then worked on the door and then blindfolded again and taken back to where they started.
Their massive laboratory doors shield from sometimes unspecified dangers.
I asked him, what are you doing behind this door? Why do you need so much steel? The gentleman looked at me and said, you'll sleep better at night if I don't answer that question.